Hello and welcome back to episode 51 of Unknown to World Known. We're back now for the playoff semi-finals. We're at home against QPR first, and then we'll have the away game of after that, of course. I've just noticed they have a goal scorer from their previous game against us, Tatum Mengi, out with a torn hamstring. So just to cover a bit of history between the two of us, since this season, I lost 4-0 to them at home, and I also lost 2-1 to them away. So it's looking good for us. Since I joined QPR, which I think would have been for these games, we drew 1-1 twice last year. I don't think I did either of them. I think I just missed out on both of those games actually. Because that was 2025. If we have a quick look at my job history, no, my milestones, 2026 I joined. So yeah, they've beat us both times I've played them. So we're going to need a bit of a turn in fortunes for this playoffs to go our way. Let's see if we can pull that off. And as we try to pull off the shock win against Crystal Palace, we're going with a lineup of Christensen in goal, Geraldo, Williams, Mumin, and Tripadelli as our back four, Masengo and Casata as the holding midfielders, with Shortire, Akalde, Chair, and Scarlett up front. Of course, you already know when you click on this video, you know exactly what that lineup's going to be. Let's see if we can get something out of this first leg. I think this is going to be a very important leg here. So that's our lineup with Geraldo, Casata, and Scarlett returning to the first team. And this is Crystal Palace lineup. So they've got Rondon in there, Rodon. A few good players there, including our former player McKinney, who I'm pretty sure was on loan from them when he was our former player, but nevertheless, they've got a corner early on and force a very early save out of Christensen, and he lumps it forward. Atlan heads away, but Casata picks it up, and they've still not really got many men back. Now they are starting to, as Chair skips past his man. Tries to bring it inside, he gets taken down, but Casata plays it off to Scarlett. Chair now tries to get a shot away, and it falls to Akalde, and we're 1-0 up early on in the playoff semi-finals. Akalde doing the cartwheel, going to celebrate with the Queen's Park Rangers fans. And I mean, here Scarlett played Chair through brilliantly. That's, in fairness, a fantastic tackle by Campbell, and it is just a bit unfortunate that it falls straight into Akalde's path. But sometimes you need a bit of luck, and we're not going to complain about that. Sykes now coming down right hand side, tackled by Shorteye, but carries on through to them, and McKinney makes it 1-1 very quickly for Crystal Palace. And he's celebrating against a team who helped develop him. What a douche nozzle. That's what we call people who do that. Christensen with absolutely no chance there. And very quickly we're pegged back. Rather disappointing that we only led for 6 minutes, and now we're just approaching the half hour stage. There's not really been a lot to talk about in this game. They've now got a free kick with Masua, headed away by Geraldo, but straight back to the free kick taker. And it's back to McKinney now. Short iron steps, and Scarlett is round his man, and he's one-on-one with the keeper, sort of. He's gone from a tight angle, and he's put us 2-1 up. 35 goals for the season. And I am going to put my phone on Do Not Disturb because we are getting a lot of disturbances. Fantastic finish from the tight angle for Scarlett there. This time we're going to stay positive because it's going well. When we're on positive, we went down to balance and conceded almost immediately. We're nearly at the half-time whistle now as we have a throw-in on the right-hand side. Geraldo now looking for Shortire, who's taking it right to the corner flag, crosses the edge of the box. Casata It's 3-1 just before half time, and that is a big goal at a big time in the game. And I was quite concerned when Shortire took this all the way to the corner. But he found a fantastic cross, and there's Casata, hits it beautifully on the volley to make it 3-1. And what we really need now is just to try and hold on until half time at the very least. We don't want them getting a goal straight back as Altan comes down the right hand side, plays it to Campbell. Masengo heads away. Campbell picks it back up and plays it back to McCamley. And they're going to play it around the back. Ball forward. Oh my goodness, if he'd scored that. If he had scored that, I would be so done here. But half time, we're actually doing slightly better than them. Although how there's been 4 goals in this game, I will never understand. We've got an XG of 0.5 and we've got 3 goals. Absolutely ridiculous. Geraldo has suffered a bruised shin. You'll be fine with that, lad. There's no reason for you to come off. We're actually gonna praise them and look to make a substitution. Now, do we go slightly defensive minded with Amos on for Casata? I think we do. Yes, we're going to bring Amos on in place of Casata. A very, very slightly defensive substitution just to try and shore us up towards the back. And then now we're going to look at bringing, this time we are going to bring Geraldo off for Mensah. And we're going to drop back to balance as well. But you know what, we'll drop back to cautious. And then we've got one more sub to make, which we're looking at possibly bringing Alcalde off. I think that's what we're going to do. Send Coyle on in the middle. And hopefully we can see this out for a 3-1 win, which would be fantastic to take into the game at Crystal Palace. Their ball forward, Masengo heads down to Scarlett, and he finds Shortire. Ball through for Coyle. Oh, and that really should be 4-1. That is a horrendous miss. Mensah now with the long throw. It's towards Scarlett. He's nodded it on. The keeper's not got to it. It's 4-1. And I'm not going to get carried away. I know what this game's like. And I know what can happen in second legs. However, 4-1 in the home leg is a resounding victory. And it might not be over. Coyle with the free kick headed away quite easily. It was Shortire versus Campbell, who, I mean, Campbell looks like he's absolutely massive. And Shortire's just very short, funnily enough. Ball all the way back to Christensen. He passes it out to Williams. And out to Shortire now. And he plays a ball through to Coyle, and surely this time. Oh my goodness, Coyle, what are you playing at? Put the ball in. Coyle could have had a 6-1 up here. If it had been 6-1, I would be saying we're going to Wembley. 4-1, I don't quite trust this game. But let's tell them well done. And I want to see more of the same in the next game. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. Meanwhile, Bournemouth just about edging past Middlesbrough 2-1. So their game a bit more on the edge, but as is by no means are we clear through at this point. I know how dangerous. I mean, Crystal Palace beat us 4-0 at home earlier in the season, so we know what can happen here. Let's hope we can pull this off. We're back with the next game in just a moment. Okay, and we're back for the second leg of the playoff semi-finals. We're going with a lineup that just has just one change in it, with Amos coming in for Casata, who drops to the bench, just with the idea of being a little bit more containing them and try and see ourselves through without needing to score. If we can get a goal on the break, fantastic. But I'd rather not need a goal in this game. We'd like to just see our way through. I noticed they've made a few changes. Campbell. Oh, really? The first thing that's happened is Amos has picked up an injury. He's going to have to play on for a bit at least. They've made quite a few changes from the looks of it from the first leg. I can see, there's no Campbell. There's quite a few missing there. Chair with the free kick towards the near post. Mumin hits the bar. And we very nearly make it 5-1 on aggregate there. If we can get probably just one goal in this game, I would feel quite comfortable in saying we're probably going through. Mumin brings it down and plays it back to Christensen. Geraldo on the right in space. He's another player I'd like to keep for next season. Ball through finds Scarlett, who shoots from range and it's just wide. But so far, Crystal Palace haven't really created any chances at all. And we're at half time, still 4-1 up. It looks like the other game's 0-0 at half time as well. Let's have a quick look. It is indeed. So at the moment, it's QPR versus Bournemouth for a place in the Premier League. Let's see if anything changes in the second half. We're just going to encourage them. And we are going to make that change. Amos off for Casata. Just out the interest of making sure we've got both options come at the playoff final, because it looks like that's where we're going. We are now going to make another change. We're going to send Coyle on for Chair and then swap Shortire and Chair on the wings so that Shortire and Coyle. So Coyle's in his favoured right wing, Shortire is on the left wing, and there's 20 minutes to go. We are now just looking at who we need fit for the final, and I'm that confident Gallego is going to come on for Scarlett because we're pretty much already there as far as I'm concerned. Wembley is calling our name. Middlesbrough have got a goal against Bournemouth, and I don't think away goals counts in the playoffs. I don't believe. As Trott clears it forward. Wilfred Zaha's still at Crystal Palace. Good God, the man's never leaving. Gotts hits the post and Masengo clears it upfield towards Gallego. That is the closest they've come all game, and they left it far too late to do anything. We are into the playoff final. What a turnaround there in the 96th minute. Middlesbrough look like they've stolen a playoff final away from Bournemouth, and I think that might be what's happened there. Which is, they made it 3-0. Wait, what? Oh, okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So they went to extra time, and then Middlesbrough got the 2 goals. That makes a lot more sense than them scoring in the 140th minute in normal time. So, playoff final, a place in the Premier League is on the line in the next episode, and it will be decided between the teams from 5th and 6th place, Queen's Park Rangers and Middlesbrough. We'll be back in the next episode for the playoff final and the season review. Let's get to the Premier League. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like, comment down below, are we going to be Premier League? And do subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.